guys, welcome back to my channel. Jackson here. So today I'm going to show you guys how I got this makeup look in addition to this hairstyle, which is super simple. You guys will see it at the end of the video, so keep watching. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get started with brows. So I've been working backwards lately. Usually I'll do my foundation first and then my brows, but lately I've been enjoying doing my brows first and then my foundation. So I'm starting off with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color medium brown, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my brows. Fill in my brows. The next thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and clean up my brows underneath the arch area and provide a little bit of highlight in that area. I personally like to do this. It carves out the brows and make them appear a lot more sharp. And this also is good for those of us who are in between like brow appointments. This works really well. So I like to do this. But if this doesn't work for you, you know you don't have to do this at all. I'm using MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix foundation, not foundation, but the concealer, studio concealer. Everything will be down in the description bar below since I can't seem to remember anything today. I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush and I'm going to blend everything out. I love using this brush for cream products. It works exceptionally well. And then after that, I'm going to take a color which is NC 40, and I'm going to use this to pretty much conceal my eyes, and this is going to act as a primer, so to speak, for my shadows for later on in this tutorial. But I like to use this color because it's pretty similar to my actual skin tone, just a little bit, and I like to use my fingers to warm up the product and apply it to my eyes. As you guys can see, it pretty much cancels out any color that's happening on my skin, any discoloration. If you have like veins that show through like I do, this works really well for those of us who have those issues. After that, of course, I'll be moisturizing my face. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and just apply a little bit of moisturizer all over my skin. But today I'm actually going to be using a new primer. This is by Skindinavia. I'm sure you guys have seen it all over the place. But this is the Makeup Primer Spray. It's an oil control. It's oil-free and paraben-free. So they say to shake it up really nicely and then apply it in an X formation. And I like the idea of this because it allows me to not have so much product on the face, just to apply a little bit of primer and I'm good to go. So I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. I'm new to trying it, so I can't give a full definite opinion on it yet, but I do like the idea of me being able to go ahead and apply it to my face without having to apply so many heavy products to the face. So as you guys can see, I've already color corrected in the normal areas that I do, and I'm going to take my beauty blender, my Real Techniques sponge, okay? And I'm going to blend out everything. After that, I'm going to apply my foundation, which is this new concoction that I've been using lately, which is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the color NC 45. And then I'm also taking a little bit of CoverGirl's clean liquid foundation in the color Caramel and applying those two together. I just like what they create. It gives me kind of like a satin finish, which I mean honestly I could just go get a satin finish foundation, but you know I like to make things a little bit more difficult on myself, so I blend them myself, okay? Taking the Real Techniques sponge, always gonna blend it out. After that, I'm going to use my Pro Concealer by LA Girl, and this is in the color Cool Tan. This has been my jam lately. I love it. Yeah, and it's like $2.99 at my local beauty supply store, so I can't get mad at that at all. But I do find that I use a lot of it, but I think it's because the product is kind of thin. It's like a light to medium coverage, so I do find that sometimes I use more product than I would normally do with other products. But I mean, it's still cool. I still like it, even though I feel like I use more products. It doesn't apply cakey, so it's cool for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend everything out. You guys already know the deal, man. And then what am I gonna do? Okay, after that I'm going to apply my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm literally talking as I see the frames pop up, so that's why I'm kind of like all over the place. For this look, I wanted something a little softer, so I'm not contouring my face, but I am going to warm the skin up using MAC Cosmetics bronzer in the color Refined Golden. Now they do have a matte version of this bronzer, but this bronzer has a little bit of reflex glitter inside of it, so if you're not really into reflex, then it won't work for you, but I actually like it. So for this look, I wanted to have like this, you know, I had this red wig, you know, this ginger wig, and I was like, oh my god, I want to be like a redhead and have like freckles and stuff like that. So I really wanted to warm the face up and keep it relatively natural, you know what natural is to me. And then after that, I am going to take that same bronzer and I'm going to apply it onto my eyes as an eyeshadow. I personally like to use products that aren't typically for your shadows as an eyeshadow, because sometimes those products apply a little bit more pigment to the skin as opposed to your traditional eyeshadows. So for example, sometimes I like to use like contour powders. As you can see, I'm using a bronzer, and also blushes as well. They apply a lot of pigment to the skin. And then after that, I'm going to take that same color again, only with a flat brush, and I'm going to run that across my bottom lash line. This is just to, you know, pull everything together and give me a nice halo effect on my eyes, and, you know, make it nice and cute, but still soft. So, which is the look I was going for. To apply a little bit of color to my inner tear duct, I am using Makeup Geek's Satellite shadow, which is kind of a hybrid between a shadow and a glitter. And then after that, I'm going to take my MAC Cosmetics 224 brush, and I'm just going to blend it out a little bit to get rid of some of the splotchiness that was going on there. Alright, so I'm not using lashes today. I'm going to let my natural lashes breathe. I'm using Benefit's They're Real mascara, which is the absolute truth for my lashes. I find that if I use this on my lashes, it gives me like the most payoff in terms of like elongating my lashes. So I'm applying several coats to the top and to the bottom, and then we're good to go. Okay, so let's talk about this, okay? Because, you know, when I was like, I'm gonna do the whole freckle trend that was like popping off on YouTube and everything, right? And so I was like, cool, I'm gonna do that. But then, like, something had happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it worked, but what I realized was that the product that I'm using, which is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, is too light for my lights, for my studio lights. So while in real life you can see them very well, like they didn't come up and they didn't show up very well on screen. And so I'm gonna have to do this again, but I still wanted to show you guys that I made an attempt at this, and it actually looked really nice, but they just needed to be a tad bit darker for the purpose of my studio lights. To make my skin appear more sun-kissed, I am using MAC Cosmetics Golden Bronze, which is an iridescent bronzer, and I'm just applying it right in the center of my face to kind of act like it's like the sun hitting it. And then after that, I'm going to apply my lip liner, which is NYX Cosmetics Nude Truffle, which is a tad bit lighter than Cork, which you guys know is one of my favorite lip liners of all time. I'm going to do what I always do and just kind of apply it in the center. And then after that, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Mini Lip Gloss in the color Caramel, which is kind of more pinkish than caramel, but it still works and I like it a lot. And usually what I like to do after applying lip gloss is just take my finger and kind of blend everything all together. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this Scandinavia finishing spray, and again, you're just supposed to shake it up and apply it to your skin in an X formation. That is exactly what I'm doing. Now this is an oil control when it's going to leave your skin kind of matte, so if you have oily skin, this is going to be absolutely perfect for you. I'm just going to go ahead and let that dry out, and then we're going to move on to this wig, girl. Okay, so I was really excited about this wig, which is from RPG Show. This is a collaboration between RPG Show and Peak Mill, which I know you guys know who Peak Mill is, and it was really cool. The wig was actually a lot longer, but I wanted to cut it and kind of make it like a bob. You guys, I've just been really into bobs lately, and I felt like it would make it a little bit more edgy with the color and having it be a bob. So that is what I did. Now I'm going to show you guys how I kind of cleaned it up and, you know, made it look a little bit more customized for me. And yeah, so you guys are gonna go ahead and see that. Now usually when you get these wigs, you definitely have to customize them. So for me, I had to cut the wig, I had to cut the bang because the bang was really long, but I actually like that they do that they allow you to cut it to your needs. I'm laughing at myself because I was burning myself with the hair. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do what you do when you're making and trying to blend a wig. I don't know what's going on with me today. I can't talk. What else is new? tip, guys, whenever you are flat ironing your bang or fringe area for a wig, always take small sections so that each section can kind of benefit from the flat iron. And then after that, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and run my flat iron through the wig to kind of make it lay down a little bit more. Literally, guys, I got this wig and I didn't do what I would normally do, which is like wash it and make sure that it lays like super flat, which I later regretted. But I just wanted to kind of like play around with this look, and so I just took it really from basically from the box to my head, and I, you know, fix it up from there. I did, though, before coming on camera, I did cut the bang before, but I needed to cut it again because I didn't cut it right. I just didn't cut it right. So I had to go back in and kind of clean it up very nicely, even out the fringe area and things like that, which you guys are will see. So that's what I'm doing right here. And I like to just lay the shears or the scissors across my face and just run it across so it can stay even from side to side, which is what you guys are seeing right here. And yeah, you know, you can make your bang as long as you want, as short as you want, whatever you want. And then I'm just going to take a brush and just wipe away all that excess hair. And here's the final look, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. If you did, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. You guys know I love when you talk to me. I'll see you guys in my next video. You already know the deal. Until then, peace out.